Here's what awaits your earholes in this episode of Three Shots In.
The medieval time period. Love it. Knights and swords, taverns and wenches, dragons, torture devices, fiefdoms. Pope's got malaria.
It's one of those things.
You could be tortured until you confess.
We're gonna torture you until you say what we want, so say it.
Say it.
The Malleus Maleficarum.
Yes.
There was witchcraft everywhere. A court in Switzerland sentenced a rooster to be burned at the stake for witchcraft.
A rooster.
A rooster, yeah. A cock.
Okay.
Because it laid an egg, and it was heinous.
This is Three Shots In.
And today we're talking about
Hello, welcome back to Three Shots In. I'm Jess.
I'm Jake. This is episode 37 of season 4, and we're talking all about medieval.
Medieval.
About to get medieval in here.
Dark ages.
And
Literally no electricity ages.
throw your poop in the streets. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So I was looking into some things, and I found a theme when researching things in the medieval time period.
I do recall what the theme was.
No. I found a theme. Because see, originally when we were going to do this episode, I had forgotten to do research entirely. And so I just Googled something really quick. And I found a BuzzFeed list, essentially,
Right.
of torture devices
Yeah.
and whatnot. But I thought that was boring. And so I went to move on to something else, and I hated reading it. And so I stopped that, and I went and I moved on to something else that I found interesting, and I hated it. I was like, oh my gosh, I hate a lot of things about the medieval time period, but I narrowed it down to 3.
But you hate them because they're boring?
No, not boring at all.
Oh,
No, I just hate it.
okay.
So obviously, many things to love, medieval time period, okay? You have knights and swords.
Honestly, there's like a lot less to love than I
No,
thought.
there's so much more to love. You have
doing all that.
taverns and wenches, dragons,
Sure.
Game of Thrones,
Mm-hmm.
Jousting, dope,
Sure.
awesome. Lord of the Rings, love it.
Right.
And so I'm going to be talking about things that I hate and that you and everyone should hate as well, probably. Popes.
Yeah,
Yeah, medieval popes were not chill.
they were not so great.
No, a lot of them were just pieces of shit. Not all of them.
Historically, many of them, yes.
Not all of them. Some made it through fine, unscathed, okay? But a lot of them didn't. And we're going to talk about 3 of them. 3 very not chill popes. The first, Pope Alexander VI. He served as pope from 1492 to 1503. He is actually one of the most known popes from this time because he is Rodrigo Borgia.
Wow, that's a fancy name.
It is a fancy name. He's known because the Borgia family, or the Borgia crime family, as we would call them today, very historically happening. Not only did Assassin's Creed make them the bad guys of an entire trilogy, which was awesome, but they've made many movies and TV shows about the Borgias, including the TV show on Showtime, I believe, called The Borgias.
I do recall that.
Yes. So a lot of people know about them, but they don't know about Pope Alexander VI or Rodrigo Borgia. So he allegedly bought his seat as the Pope, the papal see. I believe.
Yikes.
Yes, with bribes and other methods. Maybe he paid to have cardinals that were going to vote against him killed.
So this is just regular politician things.
Yeah.
But in a church.
Yeah, very not chill things. But also, this was back in the medieval times when you really couldn't prove anything. And then immediately, when he became pope, he appoints a whole fuck ton of his relatives into very high seats in the cardinalship and other positions of powers, like fiefdoms and whatnot.
Fiefdoms.
Yes, like making this person lord and this person lord, like his children and his cousins.
Is it fiefdom or fiefdom?
Jessica.
Okay.
Okay. He ordered the assassination and or disappearances of rival cardinals, or maybe even cardinals that owned valuable property, and the Pope would then be able to claim it for himself and his family.
So he was just doing what regular popes did.
Yeah.
Just all the time.
Yeah, and then he did this next thing. He hosted many orgies right there in the Vatican. He fathered many children during his time as Pope.
His orgy time?
During orgy times, yes, he would impregnate prostitutes.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I read that he would have like 50 prostitutes come in and have sex with him and his homies, including his son, Cesare. Yeah. And they would have competitions to see who could bust in the most prostitutes that night.
Ew.
Yeah. Rodrigo and Cesare busting in a prostitute together.
Damn.
Father and son.
Cesare be
And the holy whore in between them.
You think what is it? They seesawed her?
Probably.
They Eiffel Towered
Probably.
a prostitute?
So he ended his popehood when he died. Now, he died, he had a mysterious disease. It just kind of struck him.
Just a strange venereal sort of disease.
No, nothing venereal.
Oh.
It caused his body to bloat. He became discolored. A lot of people were, like, malaria was going around at this time, so they just assumed, Pope's got malaria.
It's one of those things.
But researchers actually think that he was killed, murdered.
Oh.
Because, listen to this, a few days before his death, before Pope Alexander VI's death, he had dinner with Cardinal Adriano Castellesi.
These are really cool names.
I know, I love the Italian names.
Except for Cesare.
And his son Cesare.
2 Cesares?
No, his only son Cesare. He had dinner with Cardinal Adriano Castellesi and his son Cesare.
Well, you said his, so I wasn't sure if it was his son, the Pope's
the
son,
Pope's son.
Cesare,
The
or
Pope's son.
the other guy's Cesare.
No.
How many Cesares?
No, the orgy Cesare.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, not the other one. And apparently, Cesare was meant to poison this cardinal during their dinner because this cardinal was an enemy. But he accidentally poisoned his father instead, killing him and ending his popehood and taking a lot of power away from the Borgia family.
They tried to Cusco the cardinal, and
It didn't work.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work. Next up, Pope Stephen VI, from 896 to 897. Very short run as Pope. So apparently, Stephen really hated the previous Pope, Pope Formosus.
Really cool name.
Really dope.
He sounds like a Sith Lord.
Why does no one else choose that name? Okay.
Formosus.
You're gonna choose Stephen for the 6th time, Alexander for the 6th time, and you're not gonna choose Formosus? That's dope, okay. Anyway, he really fucking hated the guy, which is why once he became the Pope, he ordered Formosus's body exhumed from the grave so that he can stand trial for his crimes as Pope.
I've talked about this.
Yes.
There's a painting of it, by the way.
There is. It's a pretty dope painting.
It's literally just a skeleton in a pope's chair, and they strapped a hat to it, and he's pointing at him accusingly in a courtroom.
They didn't have formaldehyde. Bodies decayed.
Yeah, I know.
Like, brutally.
It's just hilarious.
And Formosus had been dead for 6 months when his body was exhumed to stand trial.
Yeah.
Anyway, obviously, Formosus was unable to defend himself properly and was found guilty of his crimes. His body was dragged through the streets of Rome and dumped in the Tiber River.
Yes, I recall. And then it washed up, and then they did something else to it. They buried it in a commoner's grave or something.
Yeah, some bullshit. Anyway, Pope Stephen VI was strangled to death about a year into his papacy.
Yeah, he was imprisoned.
Yeah, they strangled him. They got rid of him. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? Anyway, Pope Boniface VIII.
Boniface?
Boniface.
Wow.
Now it looks like Boniface, but it's Italian, and I know that when it's a C alone, it's pronounced ch.
Right.
So Boniface.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
We have a friend, his last name, he's Italian. It looks like pace, like the salsa.
Yes.
But it's actually pace.
It's pace. Yes. So he served as Pope from 1294 to 1303. Good little run. He was not liked by most people. He made many enemies, including King Philip IV of France, because he demanded supreme command of all Christian lands. So he was the Pope, which is, high up,
Yeah.
but he wanted to be essentially emperor of all Christian being countries.
So basically everywhere.
All of
Because
the kings.
even people who weren't actually Christian would say they were to avoid the backlash.
Yeah. So think like the king of England, the king of France, the king of wherever the fuck. They would have to answer to the Pope. That's what he wanted. He wanted supreme command. Anyway.
Bold move, Boniface.
Boniface, the eighth. So really, really hated. He didn't end up getting his way. But now, if you were wanting to read about him, you could find him in the Divine Comedy Inferno by Dante.
Is he in there?
He is.
Inferno?
He is found in the 8th circle of hell, where people found guilty of simony are.
Simony?
I had to Google that myself. It is apparently, to dumb it down, religious corruption.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the crime in the 8th circle of hell was you were placed upside down in a hole that was similar to a baptismal font, with your feet now set on fire outside of the hole. And as apparently this was so common for popes that a new pope they would use the new pope to shove the old pope down deeper into the hole and then burn his feet.
So you want a new pope to come around. That way you get shoved further in and your feet aren't on fire anymore.
Right. And then you're just crushed into a rock that is on fire.
The rock is also on fire.
It's also on fire, and you are now on fire for eternity, not just your feet.
But when you're in it and your feet are sticking out, why would only your feet be on fire then?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't your whole body be on fire?
I don't know. I didn't write it. And I hated all of these popes. Dirty popes. Shitty popes.
Boy, oh boy.
Moving on to the next one, the one that I was originally going to talk about in my 2 minutes of research. Medieval torture devices. There was no point to these torture devices other than, hey, let's just really fuck this person up.
Well, I feel like they had a lot of points.
Oh, sure, yeah.
They were very
a lot
pointy.
Of points. Although not the ones that we're talking about today.
Oh.
They were obviously used to make people confess to crimes. If you were accused, you could be tortured until you confess, in which case they'd be like, gotcha, now let's go behead him.
We're gonna torture you until you say what we want. So say it.
Say it. Yeah. Terrible. But also, they would also use the torture devices to punish people who were found guilty of crimes.
Okay.
So, a rapist would have a torture device used that would eventually, cut off his penis or something. I don't know.
That one guy got drowned in wine. It was
Yes.
a butt of wine.
Yes, a boot. Now, mind you, I read a list of about 26 torture devices. These were the ones that made me, cringe and feel, queasy.
Okay.
First up, the pear of anguish.
Pear?
The pear of anguish.
Oh my god, I know what it is. Ugh.
It kind of looks like a metal butt plug, almost, but also kind of in the shape of a light bulb.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, this was inserted into an orifice and cranked. See that? Remember that little thing in the back? It can be cranked wider and wider. Now, if you were really, really lucky, they would put it into your mouth.
Break your jaw?
This was thought to be, quote, more humane.
Really?
More humane, because the pear would get wider and wider until the person's skull eventually shattered, which caused death.
Yuck.
Here's it opening up,
Yeah.
just so you can imagine that in your mouth.
Just little note, you've talked about this before.
Shut up.
Okay.
No, I haven't. This is brand new information.
All right.
Well, I hated it so much, I'm talking about it again. If you were unlucky, they would put it in, your butthole, and that would just cause tears and pain and bleeding.
Death by goatsy.
But if you were really unlucky, you were a woman, and they put it in your vagina. And this would eventually cause the pelvis to shatter, which only caused pain and bleeding. Really didn't do anything else for you.
It disables you, cripples you for the rest of your life. You're in excruciating pain and you don't die.
No, you do not. And once that game is over, they would essentially just move on to the next torture device.
Fun.
Yeah, really terrible. Next up, the Judas cradle and the Spanish donkey.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's right. So I put them together on this list because they're essentially the same thing.
Okay.
They're different, but they're the same. Okay. So here is a picture
Of the Judas cradle first.
of the Judas cradle. Yeah. Do we see it there?
It looks like a stool, but with a pyramid at the
A
top.
pyramid at the top. Yes. And
I feel like it's not going to be all that different from the pear.
this is the Spanish donkey.
I remember both of them, and you have also talked about.
No, I haven't. I hate them. I hate them.
Oh.
And I'll show you how they're used too. So the victim, obviously, would sit on this device until either they bled to death, if they were very, very lucky, or they split in two. So the Judas cradle, okay, the wooden pyramid, that would be inserted into either the vagina or the butthole.
Yeah.
And they used chains to hold you up on it so you couldn't fall off. And eventually, it would stretch you until you bled to death. You never really split in half with this one. The
But
Spanish donkey
You did with the other one.
on the
Yeah.
other side. You would sit on that board, the tip of that little pyramid board, and weights were then added to your ankles
Yeah. To pull you
to
down.
really pull you down.
Slowly but surely.
So if we look here, this is a Renaissance drawing of the Judas cradle in action. As you can see, there are many people
Observing
and watching.
someone's butthole being penetrated.
And this is a drawing of an example of what the Spanish donkey looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, really terrible. Vlad the Impaler used the Spanish donkey all the time because he's an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was also obsessed with like the crotch and butthole torture stuff. Like what he's called the impaler. You were impaled from butthole to mouth.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, wherever the tip ended up, you know. It started in the butt, though.
Yeah. Really terrible, horrible things, and I hate them.
Yeah.
And the thought of them makes me just feel nothing but hate. So
Yeah.
that's why they're on this list. The last one, though, the strappado.
Okay.
Okay. This was very simple. Anyone could do this. You could do this in your home right now if you wanted to.
Oh, I have a strappado here?
Sure.
Oh, is it a method or a device?
Method. It's a
See.
method. You take a simple cord or rope, okay? You bind someone's hands behind their back. Then they're dropped or lifted up until eventually their shoulders dislocate.
Ugh.
Okay? This would cause the body to lean forward, okay, because the arms are kind of behind you, so you're leaning forward while the dislocated shoulders are pressing backwards into your body. This restricts breathing. And if you were very, very, very lucky, you suffocated right there. If you were unlucky, they would simply just move on to other torture devices.
What the hell?
Yeah, terrible. Terrible, terrible shit. This is what the
No
strappado looks like. Just kidding. Some BDSM shit. This is really what the strappado looks like, medieval painting wise.
Really not that different, except the other one, they're obviously playing around, and
Yeah.
that one's pretty serious.
The only reason I put that picture of the little BDSM chick,
Yeah.
the ball gag and shit, when I looked up strappado, that was all I found. Was BDSM fucking pictures, videos. You could purchase equipment to set up your own strappado, because I guess that's hot. I don't know.
We talked about before on an episode that there are little chastity dick cages for dudes where it's a dick vice. It'll put
Yep.
your balls in a little cage and put your dick in a cage so that you can't get hard.
Yeah.
It'll hurt and it just goes back down, you know.
Awful.
So that you stay chaste.
Chaste. Yes. The next thing, another thing that I hated about the medieval time period was medieval lycanthropy.
I did an episode on that.
Yes. Very common medieval lycanthropy, especially in France.
I recall.
Now, do you recall Pierre Burgot?
Possibly.
Shut the fuck up, just say no.
No, who's that?
So in the early 1500s, Pierre Burgot was a French peasant, and he came across a man, all in black, named Michael Verdun. You've talked about this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay, we'll talk about it again. I'll do it better. Michael Verdun wasn't just a normal guy. He was a Satanist. And he convinced Burgot to denounce God and pledge himself to Satan. And perks of this, he got to become a werewolf.
Toads.
Totally dope. And they did this, not by being bitten by a wolf, Jess.
No,
They applied ointment to their skin.
it was just a little lotion.
Just a little lotion. So Burgot, Verdun, and a third man, Philibert Monteau, were able to transform into werewolves. And I'm not even going to say what they were called because you apparently have already talked about this before.
No, go for it.
They were called the Werewolves of Poligny. You've never talked about this.
Okay.
You might have read it. Never talked about it.
Sure.
Shut up. Anyway, the Werewolves of Poligny allegedly killed and consumed many children and attacked many adults in Poligny. There's literally no evidence of any of this, so take that how you want.
So how were they caught?
Well, listen, a man traveling
In dark clothing.
in a road was attacked by a wolf while he was on the road. He managed to fight off this wolf and he wounded it. After wounding it,
Wounding its paw.
he followed the blood trail
Yeah.
of the wolf because he was gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah.
This motherfucker attacked him, he was gonna go and he was gonna kill it. And he followed the blood trail. And the blood trail led straight to a cabin in the woods.
Yep.
When he entered the cabin, he found Michael Verdun cleaning the wound on his arm. Some places say that it was his wife cleaning his wound, but I don't know.
Not
This doesn't
really.
seem like the kind of guy who would have a wife. Anyway, Verdun was arrested on suspicion of lycanthropy. He said that he was not a werewolf, but they got to the truth. They tortured him using medieval torture devices.
Go on. Tell us about Satan.
And he confessed. He said that he was a werewolf, and he was also guilty of diabolism. Diabolism? I don't know. French word for Satanism.
Just interacting with the devil, and
Murder and eating human flesh.
he brought it home to his wife.
Oh, I don't think his wife ever existed. But
That wasn't part of the story you're saying?
yeah, no.
Okay.
No. But also, totally unchill, Verdun, he ratted on his homies. He named Pierre Bergot and Philibert Monteau as werewolves as well.
Right.
Apparently, Monteau, he never caved. Even under torture, he never confessed to anything. But Bergot, he confessed. He said that he was a werewolf and that he was guilty of breaking the neck and eating a 9-year-old girl.
Oh.
Seems very specific.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you just really want it to stop. So you're like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe the more evil I sound, the more quickly they'll want to kill me.
Yes. Well, the werewolves of Poligny were promptly executed
There you go.
right after.
There you go.
Oh, and then their bodies were burned after, for good measure.
So that they don't come back or
come
something.
back and haunt us or something. I don't know.
The devil doesn't, reanimate them.
I don't know. And if you understood what this was about, my hate for this wasn't about lycanthropy. My hate was about the fucking witch hunt that went down.
Yeah.
That man didn't see shit. He just named Verdun because why? He probably wanted his fucking land. Terrible.
Yep.
And the cops were all, or the city guard or watch or
The
whatever.
medieval bobbies.
We're just like, dope, we get to torture this guy and get him to confess for us. And then they just did it.
What would they call them in France? Bobby.
It would be.
Copain.
Yeah, I don't know. It's terrible, it's disgusting. It's just like the fucking Salem witch trials, except France decided, fuck it, werewolf trials.
It was a anything trial.
Anything. They just wanted to accuse anybody of anything, and then they had no proof. So they were like, well, we gotta have them confess for it. How do we do that? I don't know. Let's start cutting off pieces of their body. Maybe then they'll confess.
Yeah. It was just it was a dark time.
It was
Dark age, you might say.
the darkest of ages.
Right.
I'm totally pissed that you were all like, oh my god, I already know all about this.
I did know. all
You're
of
totally
that.
lame. I hate you. Oh my god, I should add you to my list.
I'm not medieval. I'm alive right now in front of you.
No, but you're mid and you're evil.
Whoa. Medieval.
Gosh, it's a terrible time.
An evil one in the middle age.
You had buckets that you just shit in and just threw them in the streets.
Shit buckets.
You had witches everywhere.
Yeah, all over the place. Werewolves. You just said that.
Yeah, got those too. Fucking crusades.
Necromancers. Found out doing this research there was a child crusade.
Like a crusade on children.
No, a bunch of children, their fathers had, and uncles and brothers, older brothers had gone, and they were like, we want to join them. So a bunch of little boys were like, we're gonna go, because God wants us to. It was very short-lived.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, didn't last very long. Sad.
Sad. You know what? I would love it if, unlike those really dumb children that died in the Crusades, I could find a product that would last a long time.
I have just the people in mind.
Who?
Our sponsors! That's right. We'd like to thank Tilted Tinker Woodcraft and Wizardry. They are a company that makes woodcraft products.
Like plaques with all sorts of hilarious sayings and coasters with sarcastic twists.
All of that dry humor is mixed in with Dungeons and Dragons accessories like dice towers, dice dungeons, and DM screens.
Everything is made here in the USA.
Yes, a family-owned business. They use American wood in American hands.
Nice.
You can visit their website at tiltedtinker.com, reach out to them at info@tiltedtinker.com. They are Tilted Tinker on all their social medias.
That's Tilted, Tinker.
Jacob, you just talked about all those medieval torture devices.
I did.
You know, I feel tortured, when I've had a lot of fun, a night of drinking, and I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling ragged and dehydrated and sluggish and my head is pounding. I hate that feeling.
I, as well, hate that feeling. That horrible, hung-over feeling.
It's just terrible. But there is a way around it.
What?
With Party Patch.
Ching.
Yeah, that's right. Go to 3shotsin.com and click the link for Party Patch. Visit their website and make a purchase using the promo code 3ShotsIn, no spaces, no caps. Well, actually, you could put caps. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't think it's very cap sensitive.
No, I tested it. Anyway,
Spell it out.
Yeah, just spell it out. 3 shots in, no spaces. Get 10% off of your order and save yourself the hassle, the torture, you might say.
We're talking about medieval stuff, and all I can think about is a medieval tavern. Do you ever see in movies or shows when people go to a tavern and they have ale, mead,
Wine.
wine? That's it. 3 options. What am I supposed to do with that?
That was probably the worst thing about medieval times.
Very clearly it was. The world is just a better place. We have an abundance of different kinds of liquors.
We do. I just wish there was a way to have access to all my favorites, or a random mix of all, whenever I want.
There is. If you subscribe to Pour More, that's right, this is a liquor subscription service. They will send a bottle of liquor to your door every month, every other week, every other month, depending on you and your budget. You can choose between whiskey, tequila, mezcal, or a mix of anything that you want.
Liqueur, rosé, tequila.
Yeah, no one's choosing rosé. Please don't choose rosé.
I actually don't know why it's there. But hey, if you're a rosé person, there it is for you. Join the club. Start your boozy journey. And make sure you do go to 3shotsin.com and follow that link. That lets them know that we sent you. Enjoy.
So, as we're recording this, your birthday's coming.
It is, yeah. I'm gonna be 32.
The only reason I'm telling you this is because it's definitely not happening.
Sure.
Okay? But I saw that for one night only here in Tyler, Texas, at the UT Cowan Center or whatever, they were going to be performing Jesus Christ Superstar,
No.
the 30th anniversary.
You don't want to see it.
Yes, I was gonna buy you tickets, as a joke. Holy fuck, if those tickets weren't at least $60 for like the worst seats.
Yeah.
For like literally, it said obstructed view. Those were discounted.
There's like a pillar. in your
Probably,
way.
there's something in your fucking way. It was crazy expensive. And I was like, okay, well, that's no fun. Let's put it this way. When I went to New York and I saw a Broadway show, it was like $28 a ticket. And it was amazing.
$60?
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wrong. Never, ever spend that kind of money
Yeah.
on me for something like that.
Like, it's more like Jesus Christ Super Thief.
Probably.
Jesus Christ, Neil. You spent $400 on those tickets. Did I go like Eastern? I think I
You
did.
definitely weren't Texan.
No.
Damn it, Roger. How the hell you spend $300 on a seat to watch these? I almost said something derogatory. I was really in the Texan character,
Yeah. We could have went to Boot Barn.
I ain't trying to be up in this auditorium watching fairies flitter around a stage. That was the break.
Well, that was it.
And we're good to go.
We're done.
Let us continue.
I will spin ye wheel. Okay. Lord Jacobus and Lady Jessica are great rulers of the land But sadly, for us peasants,
This is a long one.
I also can't read the writing on this particular one. They rule with an iron fist.
Oh my.
What is their go-to torture device? Lord Jacobus and Lady Jessica are torturers.
Oh my word.
They are evil lords in
Yes.
this fiefdom.
Well, I don't really like the whole, blood and guts type of thing, rip you in half slowly thing. I feel like my go-to torture device is just gonna be like, the dick and balls cage.
A dick and balls cage.
Yeah, the little chastity clamp, whatever it's called.
I think I'm gonna have like a two-part.
Yeah.
And the first part, just straight up waterboarding.
Whoa.
I've always wanted to waterboard someone.
Okay. I mean, you're just drowning someone without like a large body of water
Yeah.
or a bathtub.
But I've always wanted to do it. And I found a few videos of it was this guy from some stupid network or something that was trying to get views or something. And so he had former CIA people waterboard him or whatever. He lasted all but half a second before he tapped out. And I was like, okay,
I mean, it's supposed to be awful.
okay, but I can last longer than that. You know what I mean? I just always wanted to do it, and the only time that I've seen it done legally was that video. Just I want to see it done, and I want to see it done right.
Right.
Waterboarding. Then, if you still don't give me what I want, you don't give me your lands or your confession, guess what? Iron Maiden. That's that standing sarcophagus with spikes everywhere.
Yeah, I recall. I remember.
And you push someone inside, and then you close it, and they have to stand still.
Otherwise, they get poked.
Otherwise, they get stabbed and prodded,
Yeah, or scratched.
scratched, so they can't sleep.
Right.
They can't really do anything.
Terrible. And the question did specifically say that we're ruling with an iron fist, so I really shouldn't pick something mild.
Also, you're really not attacking all of the genders here. You're really only attacking men.
I guess that's true. Well, I mean, chastity belts. It's all the same. I'm going for
So you're torturing them with blue balls
yes.
and blue laves.
It's just funny to me. But other than that, something that's if we have to choose from some of the, super awful medieval torture methods.
There was one called the Devil's Fork.
What's that?
They would essentially put imagine a choker
Okay.
around someone's neck.
Yeah.
But the choker had two very sharp, imagine like a devil's fork, two very sharp points
Yeah.
that would stab under the neck, into right here, right there,
Yeah.
and would also have one that came down that pressed into your chest to stab you.
Yeah.
And so they would give these to sinners, specifically cardinals and popes would put this on people, so that they would have to sit and pray and look up at God while they did it. Because if they decided not to and they looked down, they would be stabbed through their head
Wow.
and would bleed and die.
Huh. Yeah, that sucks.
You can devil's fork someone, make them look up at you.
It's a tough one for me because they're just also gross.
Yeah, they're all terrible.
They're icky. And you chose yours fairly quickly. Maybe I'll do the, we'll just go super medieval, just cuz.
Yeah,
Say just,
the rack.
oh no, I was gonna say that thing where you put someone outside naked and you pour honey on them and then you put their bodies on top of an anthill. So
Yes.
the ants,
Yes, that was a thing.
get all up in there on their bodies eating the honey. It's, death by ant bites.
Yeah, they did that to people, dog. It's
Straight
terrible.
up getting straight up bathory in this
And
place.
while they were getting eaten by ants, passersby would throw shit at them, literally throw shit at them, and
Rotten food,
walk up and
actual poop.
punch them or kick them.
Yeah.
Because fuck you. Awful.
Awful, awful, awful. But if I'm a medieval psycho, I'm basically a serial killer, but I'm rich and live in the Middle Age, so
Yeah.
it's just normal that I'm a
And
sociopath.
they would force feed them and make them drink water so that they live longer to suffer more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Awful.
Terrible.
Awful.
Terrible things.
Terrible.
You're disgusting, all of you medieval fuckers.
Speaking of
You know,
disgusting,
they're all dead, but gross.
now it's my turn.
It is. So, how medieval did you get?
Fully medieval. I also talk about things in actual medieval times.
Like the restaurant?
No. The age, the Middle Age, or
Ah.
the Dark Age is, yeah. I decided that I was going to talk about how superstitious and weird they were. There's just a lot of strange things believed, and then, a lot of weird solutions for problems that had very simple fixes.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that now. I did find some things I didn't expect, by the way. Some things I'd never heard of.
Are you saying things like someone had like an ear infection, and instead of like treating the infection, they just like cut their ear off?
No. I guarantee stuff like that happened too.
Okay.
No, what I'm going to talk about today, amidst other things, but first, I'm going to talk about putting animals on trial for crime.
Oh, what the animals do?
A lot of things, usually killing people. There are at least 85 medieval animal trials on record in Europe,
Okay.
usually in France and Switzerland. But I did find a couple of cases that took place much more recently. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But in the Middle Ages, because that's what we're talking about.
Sure.
There just wasn't, like I said, just wasn't a lot of what we would consider common sense today. Not a whole lot of education going on, so people were dumb.
Yeah.
They had dumb solutions for easy problems. So it never really occurred to them, that leaving their babies unattended while farm animals were roaming around was just kind of a
Would-
recipe for disaster.
Might lead to a farm animal killing a child.
Yeah, and that was very common, happened a lot. And people just couldn't figure out a fix for it, so they put the animals on trial. Yeah, lots of farm animals, mostly pigs, for attacking and killing people who were largely small children.
Okay. And what did they have to say for themselves?
Not a lot,
Ah.
not a lot, which basically means they're guilty.
Oh yeah.
And they knew it.
Mm-hmm.
In 1386, it did occur to some people that maybe holding an animal, in this particular case, in 1386, a pig, to the same moral standard as a human being was just kind of silly. I thought it was silly. So they first dressed the pig like a man, in a waistcoat, gloves, underpants, and a human mask, before they sentenced it to death and hanged it from a noose.
How do you hang a pig?
I don't know. If the noose is squeezing tight enough, it won't matter how heavy the pig is.
I guess. Wow.
Yeah.
Why did they dress it up? Why was that the solution?
Because it was weird to hang a pig, Jacob.
So let's dress it up like a dude.
Yeah.
That's easy to hang.
Easy for you to say, educated man. So Edward P. Evans, he was the author of a book called The Criminal Prosecution and Capital Punishment of Animals, which was released in 1906. And in the book, he lists more than 85 cases, 200 cases. He talks about how these trials probably had a lot to do with how superstitious people were at that time.
Okay.
Because, there was witchcraft everywhere. There were witches all over the place. And in 1474, a court in Switzerland sentenced a rooster to be burned at the stake for witchcraft.
A rooster.
A rooster, yeah. A cock.
Okay.
Because it laid an egg, and it was heinous and unnatural,
That is.
so it was burned at the stake.
What did he have to say for himself?
Just a lot of clucking, I'm assuming, crowing or something
Unbelievable.
like that. Yeah. So,
Were any animals found innocent?
yes.
God, that's even funnier.
So, more commonly, it was large farm animals that were tried for offenses like murder. And if they weren't sentenced to death, they were exiled. There was a case where a cow had trampled someone to death or something, and they just guided it out to the forest and let it go
Okay.
as punishment. A pig in 1266 was burned publicly for mutilating a child. It led to the child's death. In 1314, a bull was hanged from a noose. After what, Jacob?
How strong are these nooses?
Had to have been real strong.
An ox? Or a bull?
A bull.
That's heavy as fuck.
Well, it committed a pretty serious crime.
Do you think they just hanged it by the horns and it just kind of...
No, it was definitely
Floated around
They
there
definitely
until
put
it
it
died.
around its neck. It escaped from its pen and attacked a passerby, killing him.
Ah.
So they really didn't have any choice. In 1386, for mangling the arms and face of a child, a pig was sentenced to have its own face and arms likewise mangled, before it also was hung from a noose, hanged.
Why?
Because it killed a child, Jacob.
Stop.
Well, actually, it didn't kill him, but it did mangle him.
But why? Why are we hanging animals?
Because it mangled someone. That's a crime.
Okay.
The animals were still hurting the children that were left unattended. Jacob, what else was supposed to happen?
I don't know.
Not leave your child unattended?
I don't know. I'm sure I could have had some great ideas, but I also would have been accused of witchcraft.
You make it sound like it's easy to just put farm animals in a pen and children in a place where they're watched, where they're supervised. It's not that simple. Anyway, small pests like weevils, mice, and swarms of locusts were less often put to death. Still were, but less often. More often they were excommunicated by the church or denounced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those poor things.
Well, no, not really. They infested places. They destroyed crops.
Yeah, but now they're excommunicated from the church.
They can't ever attend it. Can't be anywhere near it. So one such case in the 1480s saw the cardinal bishop, this is from Edward Pease' book,
Yeah.
1480s, the cardinal bishop of Auden in France ruled against some slugs, which were ruining estate grounds under his purview.
Okay.
Cannot allow it. He ordered 3 days of daily processions where the slugs were informed that they needed to leave the area or they would be cursed. And once those 3 days were up and the curse was set, they were free game for extermination. And that might sound merciful to you, but I'll remind you that slugs are really slow. So think again.
So if they didn't leave the town within 3 days, they would be punished.
The property, yeah.
Okay.
The crops.
Did they leave?
They did not, and they suffered the consequences of that.
They just stomp on them?
I'm not sure. A better example of mercy, though, was in 1519. The judge ordered the mice that were taking up residence in a place called the Commune of Stelvio that they had to leave. But he noted that the animals had to be granted free and safe conduct from cats and dogs, and that pregnant and baby mice could take as long as 14 days to vacate the commune if that's as much time as they needed.
That's very kind.
Yeah, very merciful. They probably also didn't listen, but
Who delivered these orders?
I don't have his name. The judge over a residence called the Commune of Stelvio in 1519. That one?
That one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know what you're thinking. Animals in court. Did they have representation?
Did they?
Yeah.
Stop.
Not all of them. I guess I'm not sure if they all did, but
Oh, some of them couldn't afford it?
maybe not. You know, and this was a barbaric time. So attorneys were not afforded to you if you know, there was no state attorneys.
Right. It's pricey. It's a pricey game.
Some animals, though, were assigned lawyers in trials. One lawyer, in the 16th century, his name was Bartholomew Chassenet.
Cool.
He was representing some rats that ate a field of barley, and he was able to keep the trial from happening altogether. They really lucked out. They got Bartholomew Chassenet because he informed the judge his clients could not appear in court as the town was full of cats and they were unsafe.
Wow.
And
that oddly makes sense.
Yeah, it does kinda, and they canceled the trial. They're like, okay, well, there's nothing we can do.
Wow.
Fun fact, though, it would seem that Bartholomew Chassenet developed a reputation for being an animal attorney, just historically.
He's a bird lawyer?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they made a movie about him called The Advocate here in the U.S. It was released as The Hour of the Pig in Europe, but it was a film made in 1993, and it tells a story of a 15th century trial of a pig for murder. The main character, Bartholomew, is played by Colin Firth.
Really?
It looked really dramatic, and
Are you
I
serious?
super want to see it.
Like this was obviously a straight to video movie,
I don't know.
right?
Not sure.
Or was this supposed to be like Oscar bait? Because if it's got Colin Firth, odds are
He was
Oscar bait.
hoping for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Interesting.
In his role as Bartholomew Chassenet.
And it was
Oh,
called
I've been saying it wrong. Chassenet.
Chassenet. It was called what?
The Advocate.
The Advocate.
1993. So, animals, farmers. I know what you're thinking, Jacob. I thought it too. Bestiality.
Dude, someone's fucking these animals.
Oh yeah, happened a lot. Typically, both parties involved in the crime were put to death or imprisoned, meaning the person
and
who
the animal?
did the fucking and the animal who fucked or
Damn.
was fucked.
Yeah.
In one case, a donkey was sentenced to death for participating in being a slut in general, but she was spared after a convent's prior vouched for her, declaring that she was good and virtuous. Clearly, she was forced upon,
Yes.
and she was pardoned.
pardoned.
Hmm.
Did this donkey join the nunhood?
I don't know. Probably not,
Interesting.
because it's a donkey.
Well, you can't really make that argument though, because it's a donkey.
I shouldn't have to.
Because that should be the argument, case in point, for all of us.
Yeah, but it's not, Jacob.
So the
I
donkey
feel like
could
it's
have joined
sometimes
the nunhood.
sometimes it's called the dark times, the dark ages, I guess, because things were just more difficult for people to see.
They were simpler times.
Simpler times.
Yeah.
Simpler.
For simpler folk.
Yeah. I had mentioned earlier about recent cases of animal crime trials.
did.
As recently as 2008,
Whoa.
a bear in Macedonia was convicted of stealing honey from a beekeeper.
Okay.
And I don't think they could find it. So
It just got away.
the Park Service was forced to pay for the bear's damages, which was $3,500.
The park had to pay for that?
Yeah. Like local forest
Like National Park or whatever?
service, yeah.
Wow. That was a good lawyer.
Right. But I wasn't super shocked by that one. You know, the bear wasn't hung from a noose, hanged. More shockingly to me was a case in 1916.
Okay.
An elephant murdered its trainer, and it was hanged in Tennessee using a crane.
What? Do you have pictures?
No!
1916, there's gotta be a picture.
You look it up then. Yeah, they created a giant noose and created a
What?
giant gallows with a crane, and they hanged an elephant for murder.
What?
1916. That's just too recent for that to have happened reasonably.
1916?
1916, yeah.
Literally, the First World War is going insane, and Americans are hanging an elephant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? There's gotta be photos. I will find them.
It would make a lot of sense if there were photos, yeah. I didn't find any. But I also didn't go out of my way to look for them. I did find lots of articles about it. Well,
I will dive.
I didn't find a lot.
I will
but
dive straight into Reddit. I'm sure it exists.
Good luck on your quest, Jacob.
Thank you.
Traveler, traveler. And I do have some more to talk about. Witches. Dick-stealing witches.
Awful.
Yeah, there's a very popular image of dicks in a tree being picked out like apples, or maybe placed in, I'm not sure. There's a woman with dicks in a basket. Looks like she's picking the dicks out, or maybe taking them out of the basket and putting them into the tree.
Only ripe dicks.
I wondered what that was all about, and it led me to something great. In the late 15th century, after a man named Heinrich Kramer wrote a very popular book, and the title you may be familiar with, it was called the Malleus Maleficarum.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have heard of this.
The name is way cooler than what's inside it. So, the Malleus Maleficarum is a guide to witch hunting. It does offer some insight into witches, how to find them, how their communities operate, what sort of devil dealings they're up to, that kind of thing.
Does it mention dick trees?
It does talk about dick trees. Yes.
Whoa. Jess,
Yeah. Oh, the
Spin.
last wheel time.
the final wheel.
Ye final wheel spinneth thine spokes.
Your patrons are nobles, knights. What are their roles?
So I guess we're going to assign ranks to all of our patrons.
Are
Well, I can pull up a list and we can do that.
we just gonna name them all?
Yeah, we name them all the time. Well, we used to, and we stopped, just in case someone decided to dip out. We didn't want to embarrass anybody.
Yeah. Or someone's card declined, and they didn't fucking tell us,
And they were married to one of us.
and they were.
All right, let's see. Mom, Dad, Terry, Danny, Sweet Sam, Ricky, TJ, David, Jeremy, Abria, Thomas, Flash, Alan, hereby declared as common people.
Common folk.
Peasants.
So none of them are nobles, knights, or council folk. You're all just peasants.
Peasants.
Dirty too. They only bathe like once a month. Gross.
Yes, because you are our patrons, you may be spared from the plague. But that is all.
But that is all. Well, if you liked what you heard, please like, rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. You can share this with anyone who is like really into history. You can share it with anyone who's really into BDSM, right?
I mean-
Trying a little strapato in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, I guess.
You know?
I swear there's something out there that's like the butt pair, what do you call it? The pair
The
of...
pair of anguish.
Yeah, There's going to be something like that.
Yeah, maybe if you're into that.
I mean,
you
it's
know?
not going to stretch so far if something breaks, because then that's less fun.
Yeah, no, don't break stuff.
Just open it a little.
If you're wearing a cock cage right now, tell everyone. Tell everyone about our podcast.
And if you've never heard of a cock cage, or you've only seen pictures online, still tell everyone.
Yeah. Next time you see us, have us sign your cock cage. Come back next week where we're talking about race.
I thought we were going to have, for my birthday, we were going to have like a random one where we just talked about whatever we wanted.
We were really drunk when we said that. Fine. Well, we're talking about a wild card. It is a dealer's choice next week, so Jess is
Whatever we want.
probably going to talk about amazing fields, rolling hills, ample grass.
All right, I think this podcast is over. We're done.
Of course.
But I certainly don't.
Of course.
Stop it!
What the fuck, Jess?
I thought that's what you said.
That's what I said. Are we getting rid of race now?
Yeah.
Race is off the table?
It's
We
off.
can't talk about race?
I would rather not.
Oh